Hello, it's Will and welcome back to this series on using the Mac with VoiceOver, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to use the Finder. Now I'm not going to go in great depth. You can read extensive articles on everything we talk about on a website called AppleVis, and I've introduced you to AppleVis because they give you text guides. There are podcasts as well, but they give you textual guides explaining everything in a lot more detail than I think we actually need in this series personally. So if you go to Apple, that's APPLE, V for Victor, IS for sugar.com, and you can find it all there. We will put a link in the description of this playlist in general, and this video I assume as well, just to give you an insight into where that page is, because you can read a lot of documentation and thoughts on how the Finder works, the dock as we've talked about, Spotlight for searching, the web, the rotor, VoiceOver, and all these things that we're covering. We're going to go a lot more in depth on the AppleVis website. So the Finder is like using Windows Explorer. You can use two modes that work well with VoiceOver, Column View and List View. With List View, you are restricted when you're browsing each folder to the folder contents, just like you are in Explorer. When you open, say, I don't know, your documents folder in Explorer, you're going through a list of your documents, aren't you? Like, you're not going into other folders. Column View lets you browse the whole lot in as you wish, like a big tree view of content. So I'm going to show you List View.
Finder, Applications window. QuickTime and closing folder, List View.
So I'm now in the List View, okay? Now the table interacts with itself automatically. So if I stop interacting, there's the table.
Date, name, ascending, List View, table.
And if I just down arrow.
Library folder, System folder, Users folder.
See, so you can just open and close. If I press if I press Command down arrow.
Open selection. Guest folder, Philippa folder, Shared folder, Lomas folder, Open selection, Applications folder, BPAS folder, Downloads folder, Movies folder.
All I'm doing is Command down arrow and then just up and down through the tree of folders. But I'm limited, look.
Row 5 expanded.
To
iMovie Library, Movies folder.
That folder.
Music folder, Nigel 3 February, Pictures folder.
And all I do is Command down arrow to open.
Open selection, List View, table, no select, Photos library.
And I Command up arrow to close.
And closing folder, Nigel 3 February, and closing folder.
And I can just keep closing folders as I go up and down. In Column View, which is accessed by Command 3, so Command 2 does List View, Command 3 does Column.
As columns checked.
Now the way this works.
Shared, Lomas, app, close, vertical, sidebar.
This is more advanced. You've got a sidebar. Now, think of this like Windows Explorer, like your tree view. So you can access your network drives, your USB drives, your computer hard drive, your Mac HD hard drive, and your iCloud as well, because the Mac comes with iCloud. We'll touch on that quickly in the next section. But the Mac comes with iCloud storage. It's like Dropbox, but online from Apple. We'll touch on that in a moment. So you can browse at different areas of the system, a little bit more advanced. But there are ways even in List View to get to certain areas of the screen. So we're in Column View now.
Vertical, Column View.
Now I'm going to go into it with, I have to interact with this one with VoiceOver key, Shift down arrow.
In Column View, Guest, Full, Philippa, Shared, Preview, Lomas, Application.
And I've just VoiceOver right arrow into it.
Beatpacks, Downloads, Movies, Downloads, 1Password, 9000, About Downloads.lpdf, PDF.
And to open anything in Column or List View, you press Command O, okay? You don't press Enter. To press Enter, you'd rename a file, like pressing F2 in Windows. So if you want to rename a file from, say, Sean to Will, you just find the Sean folder or file, and you press Enter, and you type my name, for example, press Enter, and it would rename it from Sean.doc to Will.doc, or whatever it is, Sean folder to Will folder. So it's a very simple way to rename items. So the Finder is advanced. You can do a lot in here, but just think of it like Windows Explorer, and you'll be good to go. Now, before I leave you, we're going to talk about some hotkeys. So Each user has his or her, so Philippa has an account on here, and so do I on my Mac, but she's got her own Mac now, so she doesn't need an account on mine anymore. But anyway, you would go home to your main user folder, which is Will in my case, to Command Shift H. And there are other commands as well. You can get to the iCloud area where all your online documents are. You can get to your computer, like the Mac hard drive, with different keys as well. All these are covered in the AppleVis guide, but they are things like Shift Command I, Shift Command C. You can get to the downloads folder where you saw me just. If you've downloaded something, you think, you know what? I don't want to trawl through all my home folder. I just want to get to my downloads to read that book that I've just downloaded. I want to get there. There's commands to do all that. So the Finder is very powerful. You can cut, you can copy. There's a lot you can do. Just think of it in your head as Explorer and you'll be good to go.
QuickTime
So in the
Player.
next video, we're going to
QuickTime
focus...
Player. Open.
In the next video, we're going to
Preview
focus
about
exclusively on iCloud and what that can do for you.